Now we're going to stay in Japan for more insights into Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi's leadership. And for that, we're joined by Tamura Kotaro. He is adjunct professor at the Lee Kuan Yew School of Public Policy and US. Welcome, Professor. Now, I got to ask you first, because you have known the Prime Minister personally for, what, 3 decades now? You worked together in the first Abe administration, I understand. So from what you know of her and understand of her character and her, what does she bring to the role of Prime Minister at a very historic but still unstable time for Japan?
Yeah, I want to say first, she always sounding like a right wing and a Spanish person. But I don't feel like that since I met her, more than 30 years ago. So experienced influential politician in LDP evolve itself. She keep changing in a good way. Her campaign pledge, her philosophy on economic policy, fiscal policy, and also defense policy. So he sounds like a right wing, but it's the same thing can be said to the Prime Minister Abe, said to be a right wing, but what he did is something like a liberal. So she is very flexible, so you don't need to expect what everybody said in the campaign pledge. So I don't think she will execute everything, but she is now in the safety driving mode. She's not hawkish to China. She understands People's Congress is coming in next month, so China cannot be nice to her. But two countries want to improve the relationship. And she's visiting DC, and she's carrying a nice souvenir, a lot of numbers, stronger wing compared to, even compared to the Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. So President Trump likes the strong leader and the successor of the Shinzo Abe. So she can get a better deal with President Trump, I think.
Yeah, so she has the political muscle now after the elections, but as you mentioned, she's still got that flexibility that you said to work that into her role. So I want to bring that into one of the first things that she has said that she wants to do, and that is revise Japan's 3 key security documents. Now, in practical terms, what would change about the way Japan defends itself?
So she's very pragmatic. So the security landscape surrounding Japan is changing dramatically since the beginning of this year, especially. And as a matter of fact, it's getting worse. So Japan is surrounded by 3 authoritarian states carrying nuclear weapons. And the US is showing aggression even to the allies, like Greenland, Denmark, Mexico, Canada. So this is an election year for the President Trump. Anything can happen. So she gets frightened when US first attacked Venezuela. So anything can happen to Japan. So she planned US visit before the snap election, calling snap election. But she understands we need to have an election, we need a big win. Otherwise, we cannot cut the deal with Trump, and maybe Trump might slap our face. So that's the concern, and that's why she tried to cut the deal with Trump and the changing defense policies in a way dramatically, including nuclear principles. And she's ready to pay more, to buy more weapons from US.
That's a good point, because as you mentioned, she is also pushing for an increase in defense spending, right? Where is that money going to go? If you said that defense is going to be changing revolutionarily, where's that money going? Missile, cyber, intelligence, where?
Definitely missiles, Tomahawk missiles. We need to buy 10 times more Tomahawk missiles for the standing preliminary attacking capabilities, because we are too near to our neighbors using supersonic missiles. But at the same time, we need to pour more money into Japan's defense tech, because AI, sovereign AI, we need to build. Because relying too much on the US AI, that means giving all defense data to the US and giving up your autonomy in your defense. So I think she will do a good job getting more autonomy from the US, because we are kind of subcontractors for the US military base in the country. But she tried to, if you push me to pay more, give me more authority, give me more autonomy.
Is that why she's also trying to strengthen the intelligence cooperation with the US while introducing this anti-espionage law, for example? Is that what's going on here?
And Japan is building Japan's version of CIA, so spies. So, intelligence is necessary, and Japan is trying to make Japan's GPS, the, satellite constellation. Because, if US doesn't like us, they will keep the GPS, they will stop the AI. So that's why. That's the only way, in a sense, threatening US to keep US influence in the region. Yeah.
Okay, let's shift it a little bit, because we just heard in our story that China mentioned that they want the Japanese Prime Minister to show sincerity, towards their relationship. Relationships are already tense with Takaichi's hawkish stance. Where do you anticipate this relationship will progress?
We understand that, Chinese leader cannot be flexible to us because the economy is not good. So only his legitimacy is showing strength. The China is a strong country. So we never back down to any neighbors, including US. So we understand that People's Congress is coming. So he has no choice other than, try to aggressive to us. We understand. But Takaichi-san will send a message because we are contentious, but at the same time, we are relying each other, technology-wise and business-wise. We understand that. And the US might be doing grand bargaining with China. Recent comment done by President Trump, that's also frightening us. They might shake hands,
So you're saying, if I'm hearing you right, you're saying that with China at least, there is some sort of room for a pragmatic relationship or even de-escalation?
Yes.
Yeah?
Because China always threatening, the rare earths. We are cutting supply of rare earths. But I'm pretty sure that they don't do it because they rely on our technologies. Key components of the, high tech in China using, humanoid or the space. So key components are coming only from Japan. They cannot copy that. So we are interdependent.
I hope you're right, because if Beijing relations actually get worse, this could actually very quickly, support could turn into pressure for her. I'm wondering about your thoughts to another nearby neighbor, South Korea. Can security cooperation deepen under this new prime minister, despite very long-running historical and political disputes?
I think, there's a possibility, and we understand each other. So we understand Korean situation. Their economy is more dependent on China, and they are connected to North Korea and China, sharing border. So we are island nations. Our, viewpoint is, our perspective is not the same. We understand. But, at least there's a huge room for us to come together to set up, mutual defense on the, three difficult neighbors, authoritarian neighbors carrying atomic weapons.
Okay, just a final question. Let's turn it into Japan itself, where it's got a situation where it needs a lot of workers, but Takaichi is taking quite a tough line on immigration. How do you balance the need for workers, but the tough immigration line?
Yeah, actually, we are learning a lot from Singapore, control immigration. So you are such a diverse country, but very peaceful, but very safe and productive. So your way of taking people from outside, that's the best example. Not Europe, not US, I think Singapore. And the Japanese government understand that. They're studying carefully your case a lot.
All right. Well, very interesting to have you with us, Professor.
Thank you.
And thank you for your insight into this topic.
Pleasure.
I've been speaking there with Tamura Kotaro, adjunct professor at the Lee Kuan Yew School of Public Policy, NUS. Now, China